evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah.
Namaste. I am Daksh. I'm the founder of Blub World Magazine. A very warm welcome to all of you to the Blub World Web Talk 78th episode. In the last 77 episodes, nearly more than 1,000 plus school leaders have participated on this very platform, shared their ideas, opinions, innovations, experiences, observations in the field of education, and specifically focused on K-12 or schools, and the kind of changes that they're observing right now and the way pandemic has impacted school education and the teaching learning process. Before we start, this is a bilingual platform, so you can either use English or Hindi in your address. But if you go beyond this language, I won't get it, but you can use it. And it's a timed platform, so I would request you all to please stick to the time that you are allotted so that this whole activity can be finished in time and none of your schedules get disturbed. Before we initiate this talk, we must know that it's, समाज में ऐसा बहुत कम बार होता है in the society that the society is ready to listen to you. It's ready to experiment. And when this happens when specifically we as a community, as a society, as a whole face an existential crisis. And this is exactly what's happening right now. We hope this comes to an end. We hope everything resumes. But when this all gets back to normal, or the kind of normal we know, or the new normal that we want to define, we must remember the kind of people, the kind of citizens, the kind of future employees, the kind of future entrepreneurs, the kind of future citizens we would need a completely different skill set. And what skills would those be? And what kind of skills will now make up the future workforce? That's what we want to understand from you today. Some of the best opinions and ideas that you share will be published in a white paper that will go to nearly 5,500 schools across the world. Till now, we've published 100 such amazing innovative ideas on our platform, which you can go see and experiment within your institutions. Just to share a small little idea, there's one school in a place called Padua in West Bengal, which is a very small village. They did not have good internet there, nor did the students have a good device to, learn or attend the virtual classes. So they initiated a very new assignment. They told their kids to create a custom dictionary at home, that write 5 new words in it every day, and when the school reopens, bring that dictionary to the school. One of the schools in Sundarbans in Odisha, a very small place, did something by trying to teach value education in a completely different way. They told their kids to create a goodness diary or a wisdom diary at home that lists down what good you do during the whole day and what bad you do during the whole day. And this diary would become a way to assess where does your wisdom, your value education, and you as an individual personality, where do you stand? So people have been doing some amazing stuff in schools when this pandemic was going on or we were under lockdown. And even right now, one thing which every school has very successfully done is that we have kept students and parents' anxiety at bay. हमने घरों में comfort को वापस से established रखा, बहुत अच्छे से बच्चों को engaged रखा, जिसलिए families के अंदर बहुत अच्छा सा एक balance बना रह पाया. So a very big thank you to all the school leaders, and thank you so much everybody once again for joining the Blub World Web Talk 78th episode. A very warm welcome to all of you. I would request everybody who's there on the call, please try to keep your audios on mute. And once it's time for you to speak, you can unmute yourself so that the disturbance on the call remains to its lowest. We have 2 amazing guests with us, because in every call we try to invite 2 special guests who are not school leaders. These are people who can look on the school ecosystem from the outside and give us a bird's eye view. So today we have 2 special speakers with us who will be initiating the web talk and sharing their perspective on what will be the skills for the future. So let's listen it first from the first speaker for today, Mr. Ashish Gakre. I might be mispronouncing your surname, but I hope I'm doing it right. Mr. Ashish, who's the founder of HR Shapers from Mumbai. So since he's in the field of human resources, let's understand from him that what kind of a workforce would we need in the future and what kind of skills would be relevant in the future. Over to Ashish.
Okay, so I'm just doing audio check. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So thanks, thanks for this wonderful opportunity, Blue World. And I think, I am the odd one, but yes, it's better to share the network with everybody today because we are all learning. At the same time, we are putting a lot of effort to contribute as much as we can do it for a new generation, or whatever it can be done to reskill, upskill, create awareness, and kind of I would say we need every day some refresher course, because we are forgetting every day everything. So we need refresher course. There are many things which are repetitive, but yes, we are forgetting every day, as I said. I will touch more from a corporate point of view because I carry 20 years of experience of IT, ITAS, and services industries. Yeah, and I'm from human resources, and they are very kind of people who recruit, who train, who develop, who nurture the workforce in the organization. And beside this, they do many other job also, like they are like finance, administration, sales, and marketing team. Okay, so as far as skills are concerned, so I would say this is not a new normal. First of all, let's understand this is not a new normal, because what was the new normal was before COVID. When we were working beyond working hours, okay, there was no social life. We didn't have time to meet many other people, especially our family, no time to spend and all. We didn't have time for ourselves. So in the last 3-4 months, we got those things. I would say this is actually the normal. Yeah. Okay. And yes, we need to go with the flow. At the same time, we need to understand the reality, that how to deal with the world outside, how to deal with the challenges, corporate, how to deal with the what's going on beyond our work and home as well. So when we deal with the student, when we deal with the people who are coming to take up a job in the organization, what is being looked into everyone is whether they are able to learn anything which is new or not. Okay, there is one of the fundamental thing organization will look for any guy who's taking interviews, any business manager, HR manager. Guy should be able to pick up anything as fast as possible. Yeah, India is still in good shape, where a lot of companies still recruiting, a lot of companies not laying off as far as entire world is concerned. And other than that, companies also giving the increment, there are the promotion taking place. Companies taking care of employee also to large extent in terms of mental health, wellness, and all. And they are not laying off, because many of the company, we must have heard, they are reducing the salary 50%. And I think this is happening across in all sector as well, not only the corporate. Yeah, so they are taking care of, no promotion taking place, no increment in most of the company as well. So in such scenario, if any company is looking for, okay, I'm not into this business right now, because the way things are taking place, we cannot continue to do this business. Most of the companies changing their business model. Okay, when they change the business model, they want people who can take care of the new customer, who can think from the different point of view. Okay, how do I deal with such kind of opportunity which is available in the market? For example, there are few industries which is being emerged like anything. Like I can relate. There are the companies who are just making a mask and making money anything like this. Because if you consider the entire population is close to 1 crore, even 100 crore, even 50% of using the mask. So there is a huge opportunity in this segment. Since all of
Thank you so much, Ashish. The time was actually over, but we'll try to come back to you again. One of the aspects that I was not able to explain during the introduction, you can all see Divyanshi on your screens. So Divyanshi is the timekeeper. So once your time to speak is over, she'll put her one hand up, and then you have 30 more seconds to conclude. And when your time and 30 seconds are over, she'll put her second hand up. And that's the time that you might get muted. If you get muted, please don't get offended. It's just to finish this activity on time. So moving on to the next speaker for today, what Ashish ji said and what he focused on, that we would need people who would be much more adaptable, much more ready to learn new skills, and who are always ready to upgrade themselves, whatever the challenge may be. Because as of now, businesses themselves are upgrading, and the business models that existed and that thrived for so many years now stand obliterated. And we need completely new and innovative models that will be working in the future. So thank you so much, Ashish ji. Let's listen to the next speaker for today, Mr. Abhinav Pradhan, who's the co-founder of My EduBag from Delhi. Abhinav ji, over to you for the next 4 minutes.
Thank you, Daksh, and thank you, Blue World, for giving this opportunity of speaking. And I really apologize because last time when you people approached, we could not give you the time because of some of the commitments. Anyway, moving ahead, I think the topic which you have chosen is really something which is the need of an hour. Earlier, it was more in theoretical, but during the pandemic, I think people have already experienced it. Now, what are those skills which anybody should have? Let's forget about the future. What they should have, look in the present time. What are those basic skills which everybody should have? Now, I come from a company. The name of the company is My EduBag. We are primarily into 4 different segments of school education, so I can talk the perspective from the school education, the teachers education, like what are those skills which they need, and also I can talk about those entrepreneurship skills which these students or the coming generation should have. Now, if I start with the students, I think skills for each and every student, depending upon their age, at what age level they are, it differs. For example, if we start from a student, a kid who is just 2 and 3 year old, so obviously we need to teach that kid what are those basic skills which he or she should be able to carry forward. I mean, should be able to practice. Like for example, he or she should be able to brush his teeth, assisting setting the table, clear his plate after meals. So these are some of the basic skills for a pre-primary kid. Now, if I talk about the students who are who just go to the next level, like for example, students in class 2 and 3, they should have some basic skills of learning, of reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Now, when CBSE came up with ASL in 2013, they understood the importance of, although it was very late, they understood the importance of speaking and listening skills. So what they did, they said, now let's have the evaluation on the basis of the speaking and listening skills. So that was one of the very good move which they did that time. And that is something. Hello. Yeah, is it audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you'll be surprised because once when I went to one of the school in Bikaner, and it was in the year 2015, I went to promote some of the books for speaking and listening skills. And I was surprised. What school said, "Yaar, hum log to ASL aaj se nahi, we are practicing it from last 10 to 15 years." So that is something. इसमें बहुत बार हमने देखा है कि स्कूल को they don't need to follow what the board has prescribed them. There are a lot of things which they can do on their own. At one point of time in the early stage, the focus was more on speaking, listening skills. Now coming to this time, जो आज pandemic का time चल रहा है, we can all see anybody who is aware about the basic technological usage is able to adapt in the present time, whether it's a student or whether it's a teacher. Now, for the student, I think it's very easy to adapt the changes. Although for the teachers, because we also know that teachers have struggled with a lot of new things which they had to do. And it was basically not the new things, it was basically the new change which they had to adopt. Now, teacher, today, you cannot, while recruiting, you can never imagine a teacher and you can never leave the question of checking whether that person is technologically friendly or not. Similarly, now if I talk from the business point of view, anything which has a set pattern can never be termed as business. And we have seen in this time people who had this very safe business model. एक बार साल में ये करेंगे, दूसरी बार ये करेंगे, तीसरी बार ये करेंगे, and 4 times we'll get the revenue. That system has changed. You have to be very, very, active throughout the stage, throughout each and every stage. Every stage of your business, you have to be very active with all the deliverables which you have. So these are some of the basic things which I want to talk about, the skills which student, teacher, and the businesses right now needs. Over to you, Daksh.
Thank you so much, Abhinavji. To summarize that, from pre-primary skills to primary skills of reading and writing, from speaking and listening skills to businesses being challenged at every point of time, because right now what we are looking at is a scenario which needs everybody to become active. And if we actually go into a classroom, तो एक बहुत बड़ा नए तरीके का challenge अब खड़ा हो गया है, because in a virtual classroom आपको ये नहीं पता पड़ता कि क्लास में बैक बेंचर्स कितने हैं. So at this point, you don't know how does the teaching learning process go on, and you are not able to evaluate कि teaching process तो complete हो रहा होता है, learning हो रही है नहीं, उसको judge करना बहुत challenging है. And just some days back, we had a behavioral scientist on this very platform, Colonel Sudeep Mukherjee, who shared a very new research on how do students learn in such a virtual classroom. कि जब आप इस तरीके के एक box को देख रहे होते हैं, एक teacher से सुन रहे होते हैं, so a typical student has an attention span of only 8 seconds. On every 9th second, he has started daydreaming. So ऐसे एक student को, how would you keep him engaged? How would you keep him hooked onto what you're trying to teach him? So let's listen it from the practitioners जो हर दिन की वो लड़ाई लड़ रहे हैं in that every single classroom, in that every school, and with that every student who's losing attention. So let's invite the first guest for today, Ms. Kesar Patel, Principal, Zain International School, Bangalore, Karnataka. Kesar ma'am, over to you for the next 2 minutes. Please unmute your audio. Yeah, you're audible.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone over here. Good evening, Daksh. And thank you for calling me out here. When we speak about the skills for future, please understand one thing, that life has to be understood backwards, but it actually has to be lived forwards. That is why we are speaking about the future. All right. And this brings me to another point, that future does not start tomorrow. Please remember, future does not start tomorrow, it starts today. So whatever skills you want to give to your child, you give it today. You do not know what the future holds for you. Now, one of the very important things that we have been talking about is, we all talk of successes. We never talk about failures. That means we teach a child that study this much, so you get this much marks. But what happens if he doesn't get 90%? There is no definition to it. So we are teaching him about success. We are not teaching him about failure. Very, very important point. Please teach them to accept failure in their lives. This is the best skill for future which you can give to your child today. That is why resilience is important. Today, depression is taking place because people do not know how to handle failure. Now, how do you teach resilience? How do you teach this failure to the children? Very simple. Ask them to frame a morning routine. Ask your child to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. It is very, very troublesome for him. He requires force. His subconscious requires to act up. He will force up his mind to tell him that, okay, yes, you have to get up. He will rebel. The mind will rebel. The mind will not let him get up at 6 a.m. But this is what teaches him that, yes, if I fail, this is how I cope up with it. If I did not get up at 6 a.m., I have to listen to my mother when she says that you broke your promise. And that is what is mostly required. Take your children for an adventure camp. All over there is not able to do another adventure activity. He learns how to cope up with something which he is not able to do. He learns to find a solution for himself. Very, very important skill. Self-independence, self-dependence, collaboration, resilience, extremely important. Develop it amongst your children. And the easiest way to do it is, the parents can do it. They can just frame a routine for their child. The child automatically faces stubbornness, does not do it, ultimately learns to do it. A great task is achieved, a great skill is achieved by the child in not doing and then doing certain tasks. So these are very important skills. Resilience, learning to accept the failure. Extremely, extremely important. Daksh, I cannot see Divyani, so you need to raise your hand if my time is up, okay? Please, it's a favor.
Thank you so much, Kesar ma'am. The time was actually over and you stopped at the right time. So to again summarize what you said some very relevant things that we need to talk on, and बहुत important एक factor जो as a community, as a society हम में नहीं है, कि हम failures के बारे में बात ही नहीं करते. And failure से learning तक तो जाना एक next level challenge है. हम failure accept करना ही नहीं जानते, हम उसे cover up करना जानते हैं बहुत तरीकों से. So what you said was, future does not start tomorrow, it starts today, and you're very right with that. We do not teach about failures. Teaching to accept failures and resilience to bounce back. कि failure हो गया कोई बात नहीं, get back on track and try to find a new and better solution. Making a morning routine and following it, ये अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ी learning हो जाएगी, because he'll fail at some points. कि वो अपने आप से जब लड़ाई कर रहा होगा, he'll learn कि how to stick there. And self-dependence, collaboration, and अभी collaboration has become even more important, because skills और जो change हमारे आसपास हो रहा है उसका pace इतना ज़्यादा है कि उससे पेस अप कर पाना इम्पॉसिबल है, even for people who are right now working or in the active working force. So I think ये बहुत important है बच्चों को सिखाना. Thank you so much, Kesar ma'am. If there is some more time, we'll try to get back to you once again. Thank you so much. Let's now listen it from Mr. Viju Kalara Jose, Vice Principal, HIM International School, Papumpare, Arunachal Pradesh. Viju ji, over to you for the next 2 minutes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're audible.
All right. Today we are speaking about artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and the rest of the paraphernalia that we are using today. And that is exactly the point when we are going ahead. Apart from what Mrs. Kesar has been talking about, the emotional intelligence, of course, that is very part and parcel of a skill that skills that we need to develop among in all of us, including the kids. We also have things that is coming ahead of us. That is the kind of knowledge and the machine knowledge that's threatening us to overpower us. Whether we are using it, whether we are succumbing to it is a question. And right now we are using it, and that's a positive point of it. And that needs a lot of intellectual flexibility, a cognitive flexibility that comes along with adaptability, multitasking, artificial intelligence, and other skills like computations, coding, and the list goes on. And the coming century will be of those people who knows these skills. And definitely education has to be remodeled accordingly. And the distance mode of learning is not new. It's not a new normal. It's an old normal actually. But using machine for distance learning, online learning, is something becoming very popular. So in the coming future, this is going to be increasingly used, and our kids who are using the online method of learning will be benefiting because they are now at heutagogy than pedagogy, andragogy than pedagogy. So self-determined, self-directed learning is much more important for the students now, and they are at it, and we are with them. So what needs is development of new neural pathways, using neurological neurotransmitters to create new neural pathways so that it can really benefit everyone to create new knowledge pathways. Thank you very much. I see both the hands up, so I conclude here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. To again summarize, that machine learning is threatening us at this point of time, because one thing that we know for sure, that technology is there to stay, and we need to reassess the skills that we are trying to deliver on one new barometer that we have just got, that if technology can do it, don't teach it. If technology cannot do it, only then teach it, or teach the tech. Because you need to understand how to tame tech. And बहुत बड़ा एक challenge अभी ये है, the most of the school leaders at this point जो बच्चों के लिए technology platform select कर रहे हैं या tech platform select कर रहे हैं, they themselves are not very tech savvy people. So at this point, we as individuals, as school leaders, need to re-update ourselves in a way where we also become, in a way, a technology geek. Because that's the way we'll be able to find, select, and finally introduce the right technology atmosphere or environment to our students. And distance mode of learning is now even more relevant. Self-directed, self-designed learning will be the new pedagogy, because now what we need is absolutely active learners. Because
self-determined.
The passive learner won't be, somebody who will carry good learning out of whatever you're teaching. Teaching process complete ho jayega, learning would get challenged. So thank you so much, Viju sir. Let's now listen to the next speaker for today. Okay, Miss Gagandeep Kaur, Vice Principal, Lord Mahavira Jain Public School, Fagwada, Punjab. The next
thank you, sir, for the invitation, first of all. So I want to share my views regarding the National Education Policy, that is new education policy 2020. Just 2 days we have come up with that. So I think the mental and physical health and well-being is more important than the other things. We all are working. I know the CC was there, and we have tried to implement the CC, and various things were there, life skills were tried to implement. And what I feel that all those things were just like filling the records or piling the work of teachers. Nothing else was that. The life skills can be taught when we are ourselves properly skilled in with life. So being a counselor, my main focus will be mental wellness. So mental wellness is very important. I think if a child is not mentally well-being, he doesn't have good self-esteem. He does not have self-image, so he can't do anything in the life. So being a counselor, being a psychological HOD, I think we must more focus on the mental and physical health and well-being of the students. So we all are working like developing a scientific temperament and logical thinking, rational thinking, and so many other things. We all are focusing on those things. I think understanding the child, what the child needs, what are his basic requirements, that's more important. And that can be understood more in the better way if we are making an activity with the child, the student. So the everything should be student focused. A child-based pedagogy should be there. Everything should be student focused. And being emotional intelligence, as Kesi ma'am has already told, emotional intelligence is more important than IQ intelligence, question. So my main focus will be that let us reduce the weight of the batch should be reduced. Okay, the regular health checkup should be there, and the focus on children's disability. So we must focus, like if the 30 students are there in the class, so the few are unable to grasp the subject content. So we must focus on them rather than focus on the toppers. So what we are doing, like just in the last month, the result was announced. So we all were applauding the toppers. So why we are not focusing on the students, those who are lagging behind in studies or sports or something. So and what I feel, every field is important, academic as well as popular activities as well as sports. So
Thank you so much, Gagandeep ma'am. To summarize, that life skills will only work when you are mentally well, and more focus should be on mental well-being, and student-focused pedagogy or personalized learning is something that can be done right now, because technology, when you go on a virtual classroom, it becomes one-to-one teaching rather than one-to-many, which is there in the classroom. But there's something that works in the classroom that does not work on a virtual platform. There is something called a fear circuit, कि बच्चे बहुत सारे दूसरे कारणों की वजह से शायद चुप हो जाते हैं या सुनने लग जाते हैं, and but on a virtual classroom most of those don't work, and a reward mechanism or a reward circuit works. And emotional intelligence is much more important right now, because हर एक को अपनी सारी emotional लड़ाई अकेले लड़नी पड़ रही है. Otherwise your peers are able to manage it through when you are in a classroom, when you are with your friends, when you are with the kind of community that you are around. Thank you so much, Gagandeep ma'am. Let's listen to the next speaker, Mr. Partha Chatterjee, Director, Dhruva International School, Kolkata, West Bengal. Partha sir, over to you for the next 2 minutes. You'll have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. And the first point I would like to make to you about about being the geek. Now, I couldn't join you the last time because I did not how to download or work on the panel that you invited. So that was something I thought I must do, and I did it this time. And I am on your panel right now speaking to you. So thank you for making me a geek to a certain extent. Okay, that is the first point. The second point was very nicely brought up. What about the students who are back of the class? People need to concentrate. We all worked with the first boys of the class and the first girls. What about the last benches? Now we need to really concentrate on them, because nobody is worthless, nobody is useless. So that's very important in life, because I was never a front bencher, always a last bencher all my life, playing and fooling around. So that's very important to me. And the last I would like to really talk about is basically having ethics and a lot of transparency in your work life. See, once you go out of your academics, you will be in the real world. In the real world, nothing really matters except you and your ability to be transparent, to be honest, and to be doing things right, and not be disturbing anybody in so many ways. So all of us have failures. How to cope with those failures is very important. And I can just give you a small example. See, once we had a very large order from Dubai, and the order was, of course, told to the customer in many ways. This is how it's going to be. In fact, they came to visit us in our office to see the product. What we told them was, see, this is a 2-year-old product. It will have some mold, dirt, and a little problem. So if you're okay with it, please go ahead and buy them, because there's a lot of money involved. He said, yes, we are okay with it. You will have inspectors inspecting them before the shipment. I said, yes, we will inspect them. But remember, it's a 2-year-old product and you're buying it very cheap. Therefore, it will have problems. He said, no problem. See, eventually the goods went to Dubai and he was not happy because it did have the dirt. So what taught me from this big lesson in life, even if you're transparent and if you're honest, things don't turn out the way you plan to. And that customer left us, and we suffered a jolt because of that. But my lesson from life was sometimes it just doesn't work. To be entirely honest, I don't know what I should have done, but I did that, and he was not very happy. So let's hope things work out for all the kids in the world who come out in the new generation with better workforce, in the better workforce. Yeah, that's me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Parthaji. So last benchers need to be focused right on, because last benchers के लिए सबसे बड़ा challenge अभी है that they cannot be identified in a virtual classroom, because यहाँ पे सब आगे बैठे हुए हैं, and kids are so evoluted, because technology के अंदर when we talk of education has an underlying paradox जो हमेशा से है, that we as a generation get taught by a generation before us and we teach a generation that's much more advanced to us. तो हम 2 generations का gap actually पहुंचा रहे होते हैं अपने student तक. And at this point, on this very platform, one of the leading schools of India from Bombay, their principal admitted on this platform they had to stop virtual classes just after 7 days of doing them, because the kids started doing a lot of virtual digital pranks. And इस वजह से वो classes बंद की गई, and when they resumed, they had to completely start teaching technology only, because बच्चे बहुत ज़्यादा what we can say energy से बहुत ज़्यादा भरे हुए होते हैं, तो उनको engage रखना बहुत बड़ा challenge हो जाता है. And yes, transparency is what pays. हाँ, कभी कभार वो महंगी भी हो जाती है, but I think that's where you create a quality value or goodwill asset for you as an organization and as an individual, and that's when people start trusting you. So thank you so much, Parthaji, for that amazing story. And let's now listen to the next guest for today, Mrs. Amrita Dhanai, Principal G Kids Secondary School, Jodhpur from Rajasthan. Miss Amrita, over to you for the next 2 minutes. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dash sir. Thank you for giving me opportunity to coming on this wonderful platform. So in the way I will begin with my points now, and I hope you all will resonate with my suggestions to some level. As new NEP is also telling us that by 2025, at least 50% of learners through the schools and higher education system shall have exposure to vocational education through different skills, and sample of important vocational craft we all are aware. So in this category, skills for the future, your future job is more than likely going to include working closely with others. So having empathy, the ability to collaborate, as well as excellent communication skill is something you are most definitely going to need it. Some skills, according to me, it is much required for these all days, for all the students to coming up to the future. That critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration, as we all are talking about the same skills, but of course, these are some skills which we have to introduce, which we have to inculcate among our students. So collaboration across network and leading influences, agility, adaptability, initiative, effective oral and written communication, assessing and analyzing information, curiosity and imagination. According to me, some more skills are also required, as Mrs. Kesar also said, that time management, stress management, assertive skills, well-developed self-care skills, keep safe and avoiding risky behaviors, and seeking assistance when needed. Of course, as Abhinav sir also told us about the early childhood skill, which is also very much required. And in this, ensuring foundational literacy and numeracy is also very important, that students have to fluently read 60 words per minute by the end of class 2 and 90 words per minute by the end of class 3. I will take little time, Divyanshi ma'am, please just 2 minutes, 1 minute more. And we require these. If we are going through with that, we are very good. If we are not, we have to work on that. Now, some more points, which are some 5 points only I want to discuss, which we have to give our students with our educational trainer, that teach collaboration as a value or skill set, build an evaluation and analysis, teach tolerance and resilience, help students learn through their strength, and use learning beyond the classroom. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Exposure to vocational skills, that's what the NEP says. And when the new education policy or the national education policy has come into force, we hope in the next session itself, it will come into force. The kind of learning, the kind of skills, the kind of curriculum that we now will need to teach would actually have to be redesigned again and again at the school level. Because when we talk of vocational skills, आपको उन skills को बार बार identify करना होगा, उनको disseminate decipher करने का तरीका ढूंढना होगा, and most important, उस skill को evaluate करना या उसे assess करना is again a new challenge. So the policy states a lot of things outright, but yes, उसका बहुत ज़्यादा deep analysis and actually going into it is something that we all need to do. But thank you so much, Amrita ma'am, for sharing your perspective with us. Let's now invite the next guest for today, Miss Swarnima Luthra, Principal, ASN Senior Secondary School, East Delhi, Delhi.
Thank you so much, Daksh, for giving me the opportunity. And I would say we all know that what is going in this 21st century. We all know whatever the jobs we are looking at today won't be there in the years to come. So we all need to change our mindset. First and for all, keeping COVID point in view, I'll speak some other skills, and keeping the 21st century skill, I will have to keep some other skills. Keeping COVID point of view, I would say the stress condition that's going on, we need to really understand within ourselves. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes.
We all need to understand that social and emotional learning of our students must be at peak these days. For example, competing our own self rather than creating a competition at home within the siblings. This is for the parents to understand and for the teachers also. And we need to equip our children to handle the challenging situation in these times and forever also. And by self-regulation and self-reflection, I would say many of the things would be sorted out. So we need to see that how could we make our students really competent enough, because we know what the markets are aspiring these days from our students. And I know these times, whatever these are today, won't last forever. So we need to indirectly prepare our students for critical thinking, for creativity, for collaboration, for communication. So our curriculum has to be, and our pedagogy has to be changed, in which our students are to be equipped with all such skills. For example, Watts Lab activity could develop critical thinking, business plans could develop the analytical skills in the students. So school has to design their own things that way. And although the COVID thing is there, but still I would say many things are being done during these days also. So many competitions we have started with the students, and they're themselves posting that how could they be the change maker in the years to come. And media literacy, naturally, we know that COVID data is really portrayed, whatever is coming out, whatever is truth, whatever is not genuine data, we need to really equip all our students with such skills, and how to take initiatives, because they need to understand that when the opportunity is coming to them, they need to take initiative. They're not, then they would be at the loser point of view. So I would say these 21st century skills are to be incorporated within COVID times also and forever also. Information literacy. What is information literacy? They need to see what is cyberbullying at the same time. For example, Babi, you were just talking about, Daksh, you were talking about a principal who stopped the classes. We need to really tell them what are the repercussions whenever they're posting something wrong. So they have to be cyber safe. At the same time, they need to understand what is right for them, what is wrong. So all such skills, I would, media literacy kind, that is the right term to be used for cyber things. And then flexibility, adaptability, and ultimately leadership. That can only come when we are giving them the challenges of that kind in which they can really put them in through design thinking. We need to give such challenges to them. So ultimately, the individual that's coming out of this point, I would say, if he's able to adapt whatever is going on, and if he's giving the homework in time, something initiatives, something appreciation certificates could be initiated by the school, so that children must feel at good, they must be at ease. And we all know what has happened with.
Thank you so much, Ranima ma'am. The time was over. But to summarize what you said, I would try to give you 1 minute if possible. But to summarize what you said, that changing our mindset, and ek cheez which most of us now realize, that whatever we thought was stable, whatever we thought was scalable, whatever we thought that could stay with us for a lifetime, that does not exist anymore. It's time when we'll have multiple careers in a single lifetime. People cannot have one single career that they carry on throughout their lives, because हर career का skill set पूरी तरीके से बदल जाएगा बहुत कम समय में. Making students competitive is something that must be understood, because आप तभी अपनी जगह बना के रख पाएंगे society के अंदर. Critical thinking, business plans and startup competitions for students, because वो उनकी analytical thinking को build करेगा. And fake data and news identification and media literacy. And अभी एक नया oxymoronic term बन गया है that fake news. If something is fake, it's not news. And if it's news, it cannot be fake. So this is an oxymoronic term, but yes, you are right कि ये सिखाना बहुत जरूरी हो गया है कि how to identify that. And just to give you an idea, Google right now is doing a big complete set of trainings for college students, where they are just teaching them how to check whether a content is relevant, right, and utilizable or not. And moving ahead, media literacy, legal literacy, वो सारी चीजें जिनका exposure हमें शायद college life में होता था, वो अब स्कूल लाइफ में देना जरूरी हो गया. जिंदगी थोड़ी सी शायद 4-5 साल और एडवांस हो गई, और कॉलेज का करिकुलम स्कूल में आने की तैयारी में है अब. So thank you so much, Ranima ma'am. Let's listen to the next speaker for today, Ms. Sonal Sharma, Principal, Narayana E-Techno School, Jaipur, Rajasthan. Sonal ma'am, over to you for the next 2 minutes.
Good evening to all. Good evening, Daksh. And first of all, thank you for the invitation. And it's really a pleasure talking to you all. I have just not shared with ma'am's idea. That is absolutely right. Right now, we'll talk about students, and or either I must say professionals. We need to have, the children should have how we should develop a inventive thinking, where the child can adapt himself to the new era, where he can manage the complexity, or the child is having the ability to manage the complexity. Right now, earlier the conditions were different, but now due to the COVID time, the conditions were entirely different. We should have the person should have a complete potential to handle the risk-taking creativity, as well as we should develop collaboration amongst the students. Like as we are talking about the backbenchers, but here I would say in my school that also we have covered, because we are interacting with the backbenchers on video calls. Although the strength is very good, but still we are managing with the help of my entire team. I hope.
Ma'am, you got muted. Please start again.
Yeah, actually there was a conference. And I must say we should develop a candidates or a students where now they have already developed technological fluency is really required. And every day now the students are learning day by day new things. As you just now said, one principal has shared with the pranks and all that, but now the children are more attentive and more curious. They are also learning by their self, searching. And this is the way we can say we can create the kids where basically now I can include.
So ma'am, the time was over. So thank you so much. But what you talked about was inventive thinking, able to manage complexity, because life में ही बहुत छोटी नहीं है, बड़ी complexities हो गई हैं. So personal and professional दोनों ही end to उन्हें manage करना. And some of the kids have actually become more attentive in a class, because उनके लिए ये नया attraction है. Because when you are teaching through a screen, ये digital connect, ये digital atmosphere, ये digital environment for learning or a classroom is something new for them. तो इसका अभी थोड़ा सा aspiration value है जो बच्चों को engaged रख रहा है. So thank you so much, Sonal ma'am. Since we have heard all the speakers today, it's now time to take concluding thoughts from our two special speakers. What do they think? What is their idea on what the school practitioners are thinking, and what do they think would actually be needed to create a community or create a future workforce which is much more engaged, much more inventive, and much more flexible and adaptive in the coming times. Let's now listen from Ashish ji first. Ashish, this is a power pack session. So next 60 seconds to you for concluding thoughts.
Okay, so most of the point is covered. But yeah, one thing I would like to focus on ki digitally, there are a lot of question we talk about. So digital question is one of the thing, everybody has to take care virtually how we can, presence ourselves in front of anything and everything. Because see, everybody is working from home. Okay, teachers are teaching from home, student learning from home. Okay, so how this collaboration, engagement, and experience can be more user friendly, that's what one has to take care. Digitally, you need to prepare yourself and take care of all the etiquettes. Many of us talk about at the same time, take care of your health, prepare a schedule, be self-disciplined, and attitude and all this. Those are the basic things will continue. In terms of opportunity, there are many opportunity available outside as well. For example, I just like to sum up. KBC, Indian Idol, all the reality show, they are hiring online. So which means you need to be virtually ready to do anything and everything. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashish ji. A lot of virtual hiring happening for virtual platforms. And बहुत सारी चीजें जो अभी तक real life में हो रही होती थी, even our weddings are now virtual. So we don't know कि हम कितना ज़्यादा टेक्नोलॉजी को अपनी जिंदगी में अडैप्ट करने वाले हैं या टेक्नोलॉजी के जिंदगी में हम घुसने वाले हैं. So let's find that out. Let's hear it for the next 60 seconds from Abhinav ji for his concluding thoughts. Abhinav ji, the next 60 minutes over to you. 60 seconds, sorry.
I think everybody has already touched each and every aspect of the skills which are required now. But to go in a very simplified manner, in a very simplified manner, considering 60 seconds, I think most important thing is the alignment of your thoughts and your soul and your body, and that happens through yoga, to be honest, right? Once you are aligned with your thoughts, with your body, all the skills, whatever you are learning, all the skills which are required, that will be automatically internalized by you, with some guidance from the experts like the teachers in the school and some professional websites which are there for the e-learning for the professionals. So that is very important. What most important thing is, go and first see the world, what is happening, and if you are able to have one quality, that is empathy, I think you will be able to get to know, you will be able to visualize your path ahead. And once you are able to visualize your path, you can understand what all are the skills which you require to reach your destination. To be very simple and to be very precise, considering your 60 seconds as a time limit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abhinav ji. जैसे हम हमारे phones, अपने Fitbits और अपने सारे electronic devices को synced in रखते हैं, at this point we need to learn that let's put our inner self and our outer self in sync और उसे बार-बार करते रहें, and as a repetitive process, because that's what keeps you on track. And what happens when you fall into sync? या क्या difference आपकी जिंदगी में हो जाता है? I would just share a small example of it before this talk comes to a conclusion. There's a homeschooled girl जो self-taught है, जिसने अपने आप पढ़ाई की है. She has never went to a school, is inventive, lives in Melbourne, Australia. She started her professional painting career when she was 9 years old. She had her first sellout show in one of the top art galleries of New York at the age of 4. She had a solo show in one of the oldest and most respected and coveted museums of Russia, the Royal Academy of Fine Arts, at a very small age. She right now is only 13 years old and earns in millions. She's Elita Andre, who's the last month's cover story of Blub World. Blub World as a magazine works on a very simple concept of finding teens who are doing amazing work in life and sharing their inspiration with other teens. Till date, we've showcased nearly 300 such teenagers and currently I keep doing so. And before this talk comes to end, just some food for thought. As a society या as एक समाज के जैसे जो मैंने जिस बात से शुरू किया था, let's conclude it on that thought itself, कि समाज बहुत कम बार इस बात के लिए तैयार होता है कि वो आपकी बातों को सुने और सुन के शायद एक्सपेरिमेंट करे. एंड राइट नाउ हिस्ट्री में वो एक समय आप सबके पास में है जब आपके आसपास के पेरेंट्स, टीचर्स, आपका स्टेक होल्डर, आपका पूरी इकोसिस्टम आपकी बात सुनने को तैयार है. So if you ever wanted to experiment anything in the field of education, this is the time to do it because people will listen. अगर कुछ अच्छा होगा, स्केलेबल होगा तो पूरी दुनिया में फैल जाएगा, लेकिन नहीं होगा तो आपको ये पता पड़ जाएगा कि आपका एक एक्सपेरिमेंट कंप्लीट हुआ. So try to build a habit of writing an observation paper every day. जो अपने आसपास देख रहे हैं उसे लिखिए, क्योंकि आप शायद भूल जाएं, कागज पन्ना कभी नहीं भूलेगा. And this, content that you create will become the basis for future innovations. I hope you enjoyed the last 60 minutes with Blub World. Thank you so much for participating in the Blub World Web Talks 78th episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you missed out on anything, don't worry. The team will stay connected. You can share it on WhatsApp. It's time to end the call. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, people. If you did, you can open your audio, say a big yes, and thanks for being a part. Namaste.
Daksh,
Thank you.
Daksh,
Thank
if
you.
you don't mind, Daksh, can we have that magazine?
Yeah, absolutely. So my team will share the links with you. You can actually go there and subscribe. You can
Thank you, Daksh.
Thank you, people.
Thank you, Daksh. Thank you, Blub World. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daksh. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.